Welcome back to Thistle Hill Farmstead. As promised, now we're going to try out this little egg cooker that we did an unboxing on. And I read the instructions, and basically it's pretty simple. It just says, depending on the doneness of the egg you want, you just pour in the measured amount of water. And it said that once the water evaporates off of the tray here, the unit will automatically shut off. So basically the amount of water controls the amount of cooking time. So we have a couple of fresh eggs here. I got some smaller ones, and we'll see how it does on some smaller ones. And then if it does well on those, we'll try the larger ones. So what it suggests is that you, again, measure the water, pour it in, and then on the bottom of the measuring cup here, there's a little piercing, there's a pin here to pierce the egg. So it says just pierce the top of the egg, set it in, and put the top on, turn it on the front, and then you walk away, and it will cut off automatically. It does suggest that when the unit cuts off and it's finished cooking, that you take the eggs out and rinse them in cold water so that the cooking process will stop. So let me get some water here. We'll pour it in and we'll get going. So I've got my measured amount of water here. I'm going for the completely done, hard boiled. I'm going to pour that onto the tray there. And then you set your egg caddy in. And then you just put your eggs in. So let me go ahead and pull this off and see how this whole piercing thing does. And I'm going to put them with the pointy end up, the small end. Okay. Not sure if that went all the way through. I guess it did. Let me try the next one. Okay. Boy, that's a crunching sound, isn't it? And then we have one of the dark ones. Let me do this one here again. The first one, I didn't know how hard to press, and I don't know if you can see, it's got a little bubble there on the end. Oh, there we go. I think that one went through that time. Just make sure they're all the way through. Yeah, okay. So now we've got our eggs. We pierced them. Got them in, so I'm going to turn on the cooker. The light is on, and now we just put the cover on and let it be. So let's see how long it takes, and I'll come back once they're done. So as you can see, now that the unit is running, it's starting to boil the water in there, and you can see the eggs are starting to pop out of those little holes in the top. But I'm also getting a little water that's coming out of the side here. So that's not good. This thing should have been, I just need to set it on a baking sheet. Otherwise it's going to mess your counter up. So that's a negative. So I placed this onto a baking sheet now, just because there is a lot of water coming out. And you can see how hard it's boiling here. So it's basically steaming the eggs, I guess, is what it's doing. And even though it has a little hole here in the back that the steam is supposed to come out, it's still lifting up. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's lifting up the lid as it bubbles, and that's what's allowing the water to come out. So if there was some way to hold that lid down, maybe the water would not come out. But as it is now, it's bubbling out. So the unit just stopped, the light went off, so it just turned off and started beeping. So that says it's supposed to be done. And the eggs do look like they are done. This one, maybe I didn't punch the hole in it big enough, but it doesn't have anything coming out of the top, but the others do. So I'm going to take it over. The plastic tray is not too hot. Oh man, look at that. Then rinse them in cold water as it's said to do. So to stop the cooking process, turn that off. So let me do that. I'll be right back. What I did was just set this little tray down in a bowl that I had. It fits in there nicely. And then just ran some cold water in it. And I'm going to let these sit in there a little while to cool. And then we'll crack one open to see how it cooked. Let me slide that over in the meantime. Let's take a look at this. So I guess this residue you see in here, and I'm sure that's hot, so I'm not going to touch it, is maybe some residue from our water. We are on a well, and our well water does have a little minerals and stuff in it. We have a filter, a whole house water filter, but we still get some minerals, so maybe that's what this is. And the instructions did recommend that you use distilled water, but how many people are going to have distilled water sitting around your house? So we just use our tap water from the well, and maybe that's what this residue is. Okay, I'm going to let those cool a while, and then we'll crack one open and see how it looks. I did time this also when I started it, and it cooked about 10 to 15 minutes before it ran out. That's still quite hot. But the eggs are pretty cool now, so let's crack one of these open and see what it looks like. Let me try one out here. Now these are supposed to be hard-boiled because I put the maximum amount of water in it. And it is peeling pretty easily. You see that the shell's coming off in nice big chunks. So that's nice because when we hard boil them, but it feels a little soft. I don't know. Let's see how it does. Okay, so there you go. That's the egg. Let's see how it is on the inside. Okay, I would say that is not hard boiled. Maybe, well, maybe it's a medium to hard. Looks like it's not soft. It's done all the way through, but it's not a consistent color. You see how this is a little more yellow here, and looks like it's still a little soft on the inside there. So I'm not sure if that means, and these are small eggs, so I'm not sure if that means you'll need to put some more water in it and let it run a little bit longer, or whether you like them like this. But there you go. That's what it looks like on the hard boil. And of course, taste test. Yummy. But it could be a little more done. I'm sure my wife is not going to like these. She wants everything completely done. So these may be mine. So to summarize, one thing that I did notice is I had to put a baking sheet down on the counter because you see how much water did kind of bubble out of the thing. So that's kind of a minus with it. I don't like that. The other thing I have to say is with the amount of water it said was for a hard-boiled egg, it didn't really get these as I would consider hard-boiled. They're they're more than medium, almost there, but I think next time I'm going to just fill this all the way up to the top and let it go from there. One of the things I do like about it, though, is that it is very small. There's the tray for the eggs. Here is your omelet tray and your poaching tray. They just sit right inside of here. And then you have the little cup that goes in. It sits over the top. So it's all there to be stored easily. But the instructions did say it was not dishwasher safe, so you can't really put any part of this in the dishwasher. But I just rinsed it off and wiped it down with a towel, which was fine. The other thing that was nice about it, I thought it was pretty quick. It took 12 to 15 minutes, which is typically what it takes if you boil them in a pot, I guess. But it seemed like it took a little bit less time, and it was quick and easy. So there you go. That is the testing of the Elite Gourmet egg cooker with some small farm fresh eggs. I think what I'll do next time is try to put a little more water in it than just to that fill line and see if it gives me a little longer cooking time and make sure that all the eggs are cooked. Or the other option is not to rinse them in cold water, to stop the cooking, let them just sit, and then they'll cook a little bit longer. So again, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. If you liked the video, give me a thumbs up, and as always, ring that bell notification so that anytime I post a new video, you'll get notified.